Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Love and Lore podcast, the podcast where we spread love through sharing our stories and life lore. We made it, guys. We are at the final day of the 12 days of lore. I cannot believe it's already done. I had so much fun with this series and I learned so much and I got to experience so many cool things and I made so many memories with so many beautiful people and it was just so much fun and definitely such a great way to spice up my winter this year. For the last time, in honor of the holidays, I thought it would be so fun to share 12 stories for the first 12 days of December. Whether or not you celebrate the holidays, I hope this series helps you and that you take something meaningful away from each episode. For our final episode, I know you've read from the title, it's about giving your love while you still can. I decided to honor my grandpa from my dad's side, my Lolo Tatang, who I never got to meet, but from what I've heard growing up, he was an amazing, amazing person. And today is actually his birthday, so I just thought it would be so perfect and so beautiful to close off this series by talking about his story. Just the overall theme of this episode is to give your love while you still can before it's too late and to really just stay present and find positivity in the holiday season. I am joined with my dad and my tita today again. You guys have already met them. My dad and my tita have both been on the podcast already. So if you'd like to get to know them a bit more personally, you can check out their episodes. And yeah, I had lots of fun recording with them. And again, I really hope you guys enjoy the episode.
Growing up, from what I remember, he's well loved by everyone because of his humor, sense of humor. He grew up with how many teachers? All the sisters,
I think he
most of
has
them.
6, 7
Siblings?
sisters.
Seven sisters.
No. I mean,
Siblings.
including cousins. So there are like 7 teachers in the family.
Yeah.
Teachers, so
Yeah, teachers. Like his siblings, his sisters are teachers.
oh, cool.
Apong Diru and Apong Atang, his parents.
Ana.
Apong Ana, his parents. I think Apong Ana, she's like she is what do you call this? Stay at home, right? Stay at home.
Okay, so his mom was to stay at home.
I
So
yeah, I
she
think
was very present in his life then.
yes.
And were your grandparents, were they very present in your lives too?
I think when we moved to Lubao, so we spent most of our days, years with his parents.
Mm-hmm.
Our house is like close to his parents' house.
It's a compound. You know how in back home, compound meaning it's a big lot and there's like
Many houses.
many houses.
Like
There's
Lubao,
like
right? Yeah.
one,
Yeah, Lubao.
2, 3, 4, total of
There are
4
4
to
houses.
5 houses.
4 to 5
Yeah.
houses
So
or
we-
relatives.
We really live next to them.
Did you know anything about his school life as well, his educational background?
The only thing I knew he met our mom in the same college school.
Oh, really?
Oh.
I had no idea.
But did you know what he studied?
I think they're both took management, accounting, something.
Did he ever tell you guys any stories from his childhood as well?
Not really. That thing I cannot think of. Or we never asked him to share his childhood life.
Yeah. And I should have asked this earlier, but maybe you can say when he passed away as well, just for some background, and how old he was, because he was very young.
He passed away October 16, and he was 57 years old.
Yeah, very, very young. Do you know any of his proudest moments in his life or any challenges that he had to overcome?
Proudest moment maybe when he's putting some medals on my shirt when I get some award in school. Maybe.
I remember you told me when you were in school that you won some competitions and stuff.
I did.
Yeah, so he must have been very proud.
For me, I think he probably was proud when he put a ribbon.
What kind of ribbon?
Honorable mention, I think.
Okay.
In elementary. We used to exchange notes.
Mm-hmm.
I would give him notes and he would really keep it in his wallet. So
Uh-huh.
if I would do something not favorable, or it's something like totally different from what I promised him, he would really talk to me and say, "Oh, do you remember this note? I still have it
Mm.
here." So
Aw.
those kind of things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that they're exchanging notes
Well,
at
now you
all.
know. Now
Because
you
we
know.
were not there. It's just between me. Yeah, yeah.
Aw.
We have that yeah, we have that kind of one thing I remember when we were like at the mall. I think we always
Mhm.
go to Galleria, Robinson's
Robinson's
Galleria,
Galleria.
right?
Mm-hmm.
For Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
because I look forward going to Manila for Christmas shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I walk with him, next to him, I would hold his hands, walk hand in hand, or like at the mall with him. So
With that being said, were you guys very close growing up with your whole family and also to him?
I would say so,
Yeah.
unless you disagree.
No, I agree. We sleep in one small bed, the four of us.
Aw.
Yeah, we grew up in our house is like very very modest.
Mm-hmm.
We're in it's like a studio type house for family in one room. Lolo Tatang, he was really like a very he had like a his position was like a manager, right? So
Yes.
but he was really a very honest individual,
Mm-hmm.
and also an employee. So
Mm-hmm.
so we grew up in that kind of environment, and in a very modest house.
There's only one room in that house,
Mm-hmm.
and we have two beds.
Mm-hmm.
One relatively queen size bed and one solo bed.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's not at home and he's at passing and working, the beds are split. But when he comes home on a weekend and we sleep together, of course,
Mm.
then we combine the bed.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, you kind of make it work
Yeah.
with whatever you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that is although we have that kind of living condition or sleeping condition,
Mm-hmm.
I think we live comfortably,
Mm-hmm.
because it really depends on how you would define being comfortable, right? Just like
Yeah.
what I said in the last podcast.
Mm-hmm. As a father figure, how did he handle certain situations, like when things got stressful, and also his values? So, did he value family a lot? Did he value
So he will, she will answer first.
yeah.
You will not really see him get mad at all,
Mm-hmm.
except for one incident.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only time he got mad at me. Me, like not only to me but to
Oh, to
your
both of you.
dad,
Okay.
and that was the only time that I remember, because he works in Manila, so 5 days a week, and he would come home on weekends.
Mm-hmm.
And when he comes home, he would really like to be you greet him, you
Mm-hmm.
bless,
Kiss him.
you kiss
Mm-hmm.
him, you bless. But I think that was the time that we did not, right?
We did not kiss him.
Oh.
Yeah, so he
Okay.
got really upset, but you
Mm-hmm.
don't really see him get mad, or he was always like a happy person. Like
Mm-hmm.
regardless of the situation, you will never really see him get upset, get stressed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you won't even have a clue if he was going through any tough times,
Mm-hmm.
like, because we were both we went both out of in Manila for school,
Yeah.
like out of province, and he was the only one working. He was the breadwinner in the family, because Lola Nati is like stay at home.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he was a very very honest individual, and also a manager, an employee.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time we were like a middle class family. So sending kids out of province at the time can be very costly.
Mm-hmm.
So during those times you won't even see really him what he was really going through, like let's say financially or emotionally or stuff like that.
For what I recall, like every Christmas time, you find a way to buy a new appliance, like a new TV, anything new,
Mm-hmm.
a new fridge, a new washing machine, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Every Christmas, he find a way to buy at least one new gadget, new appliance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think during the college days, I think I spend more time with Lolo Tatang than the Lane
Mm-hmm.
because I go with him on Monday early morning to go to Manila.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Saturday afternoon, I go to his office and then we go home together.
Mm-hmm.
That was when I was in college.
Mm-hmm. But you were also studying out of province, weren't you?
Yeah, in Manila. So we
Okay.
were both studying in Manila, but I go with him from Manila to our in Lubao
Mm-hmm.
on Saturday night. So
Mm-hmm.
They
we
carpool
we
basically.
carpool. So
Mm.
we have this jeep owner type jeep
Right.
Mm.
at that time. So I will take the bus from Manila to Pasig, his
Mm-hmm.
workplace, and then we go home together.
Mm. Okay, so you got to spend lots of time with him during
That's
those
right.
trips. Okay. You know when you said he doesn't really show his stress that much? I see that in my dad too. Like you'll rarely see him ever complaining, stressing out. So I see that in that quality in him. So that's really cool. How about his hobbies or his passions? Mahjong, he liked to play mahjong.
Mm-hmm.
Did he like to do anything else aside from
He likes to play cards.
Mm-hmm.
Like they play pusoy, they play tongits.
Mm-hmm.
He's the organizer
Okay.
among his siblings.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever there's a occasion at home, he will make sure we organize, his brothers to play cards.
Mm.
He just loves playing mahjong. I remember every weekend they will go to Betis, and he will play mahjong with Lola Natis sisters and
Brother.
no brother.
It was on that table, right? There's a specific area where there's a table and they're all playing.
Yes.
Yeah, growing up, I used to see
Mm-hmm.
that all the time, and I never knew Lolo Tatang played there a
Oh,
lot.
he does. Yeah,
Yeah.
he really likes playing mahjong.
Mm.
Growing up, he was like my safe place. Just like what I
Aw.
told you. Like your dad doesn't know, but we do exchange notes. I would
Mm.
really write notes to him and I would promise this and that. If I would need money, I go to him. He doesn't really mind. He was a very generous person and he won't really see him really get upset. He has a good sense of humor. That's why he
Mhm.
was well loved
Mhm.
by everyone. He's like a moth wherein it attracts
Mm.
people.
Mhm.
He's like that. He
Yeah.
was like that. I don't know if you remember, he would really wake me up and tickle me in the
Aw.
morning, and he would carry me all the way to the dining room.
How old are you?
I was still a teenager, but he
Oh.
still does that.
Mm.
Yeah, because I was pretty close to
I
him.
remember you told me that in your episode, and it made me really emotional.
Yeah, yeah, he
Yeah.
does that
Did he do
because
that to you, Dad?
your dad should do that to you.
I remember, Sophie, I told you, even if you are even if you are a teenager, I can still carry you.
Oh
Remember that?
yes, yes.
So that is, I believe, coming from
You got that from
my
him.
dad.
He was really a very generous and very kind uh person.
Mhm.
I think you can add to him as a savior. When we
Mhm.
were in college, he would bring us our allowances to
Mhm.
our what you call it, dormitory.
He would go
So
all the way to your
he
dorm.
will go all the way
Oh,
from his
what?
workplace to our dormitory to give us our allowances.
Wow.
That's
Oh.
what I can remember
Yeah.
because I think I was on my fourth year college and I was staying in Manila
Mhm.
and I'm running out of money. So he came, I think, on one night just to give me money. There was
Really?
no cell phone at the time.
Right.
No, nothing. Only like a pager.
Mm-hmm.
And surprisingly, he was knocking on my door, and then he was there giving money. Then when I got the money, and then I went to a store to buy food.
Yeah, he would personally deliver it. I do remember that.
And I also want to ask what his relationship was like with your mom, Lola Nati. What were they like as parents and as a couple?
I think it's like me and my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Lolo Tatang so quiet, but Lola Nati is like
Very feisty, very different. Yeah.
Yeah. Lola Nati likes to talk more, and
Yeah.
when she talks, Lolo Tatang will not talk.
I see that with my mom and dad too. Even my mom admits that too. Like she's more of the feisty one and my dad's more of the quieter one.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Dad? What would you say about?
I think it's a typical, husband and wife in the Philippines. Like Lola Nati do all the chores,
Mm-hmm.
like clean the house, laundry, cook. Lolo Tatang just come and eat. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think he never washed any dishes. So me and the Lane takes turn to wash, those dishes. Whoever it last, he has to wash the dishes. Of course, we always dine out if
Mm-hmm.
there's a chance. He loves to like to eat food outside, like
Mm-hmm.
inihaw or liempo.
Mm-hmm.
He likes those once in a while.
Yeah. But overall, were they good role models as parents?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Because what what you see growing up, you tend to adopt that when you become parents as well, right?
Yeah.
Even though he was not around on weekdays because he had to go to Manila for work. Uh there I did not even feel any that absence. It's like the time that we get to spend with him on weekends kind of like fills in whatever weekday absence
Mm-hmm.
during weekdays. Yeah, I don't even have that kind of thought that something was lacking.
So I
Yeah,
like
and I
that.
think it's also we do understand what the reason why he had to be away for during weekdays,
Mm-hmm.
but the time that he gets to spend with us, it's more of, I believe, also the quality of time. Sometimes, most of the time, you have a lot of those quantity, you have a lot of time to spend with your loved ones,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't really see that quality of time. So I think
Mm-hmm.
quality is very important than the quantity of time.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, if you have both, then that would be great, right?
Yeah.
Growing up with Lolo Tatang, especially when I was in college, he has this sense of feeling that I need a car. He feels like I need a car.
Mm-hmm.
So he tried to produce one, even it's not brand new, just for me to drive. So from the yellow type owner jeepney, he was able to get a car in our trip to Manila to Pampanga back and forth for the last how many years I don't know. So that is trying to provide at least for me
Mm-hmm.
as a teenager, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I already graduated in college and I started working, my goal is to produce a car, buy a car, and give it to him as a
Mm-hmm.
return
Mm-hmm.
of his kindness.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
But before he has this condition,
Mm-hmm.
illness, right?
Mm-hmm. Did you guys always remain very close throughout all your stages in life, especially as adults and when you became parents as well, and when he became a grandparent? So, has it always been the same?
Well, for me, he there was no opportunity for him to see his grandchildren from me,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I was pregnant when he passed away. But I was fortunate enough that he asked for grandchildren from me. I was able to whisper that to him.
Yes.
I think all he would still have that listening, the senses, but he couldn't speak. He can't even walk. I think he was comatose, right at that time. So, but he was able to hear if you talk to him. So, I don't see any. I think whatever relationship I with my dad, with Lolo Tatang, from when I was young until teenager, and when I became an adult, young adult until an adult, I don't see any change. I think it's still the same. We were still close. There was only that time that I came home and Lolo Tatang and Lola Nati were waiting for me in the living room because I threw something in the trash, wherein Lola Nati said, "Next time you throw something in the trash, make sure you don't throw it somewhere that I can find it."
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was Lola Tatang said, like, "Oh, you have this note," and I still remember.
Yeah.
So if I do something not really doesn't align with what they, he would always remind me about, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to make our life comfortable during, when we were growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine our small house in Lubao. It's like a centralized air conditioned house. The rooms are with air condition. The living room has air condition. So meaning wherever you go, it's cold,
Yeah, that's why I like the bell so much,
right?
actually.
So
Yeah.
imagine a small house that's fully air conditioned.
Yes.
He wants to give us a comfortable life in a
We.
small but very, very, what they call homey
Yes.
place, right? He tried to buy new stuff every year.
Mm.
Buy
Yeah.
aircon for this year, buy another aircon for next year, buy a new television, something like that. So he was trying to provide things to make our life comfortable.
Mm. I actually think I said this in one of my older episodes, but out of all the houses that we lived in, Lubao felt the most like home for me. It was always my favorite, and I never knew why. I think the air cons definitely played a role, but there was just something about it that felt so homey. Just hearing that now, it's like it's very full circle because it felt like there was so much love in the house, despite how small it was. As a grandfather, I know I wasn't able to meet him and he didn't get to see me for that long or at all actually. How is he like with Kuya?
Yeah, so only among your cousins and kuya, only kuya was able to be with Lolo Tatang, I think, for 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
if I remember it right. And I think he did an early retirement from work. I know that he already has some condition, that medical condition. Maybe that's one of the reason. I thought the reason that he had an early retirement is to be with Kuya.
Hmm.
Because
But
of the
yeah, now I realize, like, because of his medical condition, that he applied for early retirement.
Did he not tell you why?
No, no, we see that we see his condition.
Okay.
So there, we physically we can see from him, like, he's not feeling well,
Mm-hmm.
because they always go to check up. He takes so many medicine, and then maybe it's like timing when Lolo Tatang was able to be with Kuya, to at least somehow,
Right, because of the retirement.
yes, yeah, to
Mm-hmm.
spend days with the first apo,
early retirement.
the
Mm-hmm.
first apo.
So he was very, very present in Kuya's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think yeah, he was very very present. I think it started when he passed out. That's
Mhm.
when it started for him to rethink if he will continue with work or he will go for early retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that now, actually. So now we got to know and understand what he was like in his life and how he was as a father and his background. So we can move on to when he started to become more ill and just that transition and everything with that. Okay, so first you talked about him passing out. So did you guys already know that there was something wrong? And what were the signs?
Uh, he always go to a medical checkup. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I knew.
Mm-hmm.
He always has so many medicine. and I don't really, get myself involved during those time. Whenever I don't ask what
Mm-hmm.
are his conditions, right? I just came to realize that it's becoming worse when we uh, we went to another doctor for another opinion, because I think the medicine is not working for him. He has been going to hospitals maybe every quarter,
Mm-hmm.
um, because of, some, there's blood on his urine, or he cannot breathe properly. So then I realized that there's something wrong.
How old were you guys?
I was already working at that time, maybe 22, 23,
Oh,
probably.
very young still.
So I started asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening, right? So I had an opportunity to drive him to the clinic, to the doctor for checkup.
Mm-hmm.
I was working already in Laguna. It's like 2 3 hours away from Manila, and 6 hours away from Pampanga.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I manage to take time off to drive him for a medical checkup, because I
Mm-hmm.
realize it's it's not getting well.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly, it all started with he's been taking medications, right? Medicine
Mm-hmm.
for I don't know, a high blood pressure or anything about his heart, I think. But if I remember, I think he was only taking, you're supposed to take the whole pill, but
Mm-hmm.
he's kind of like cutting
Cutting
it
it.
into two,
Mm.
because I think because he was thinking it was very costly to buy medicine.
Mm.
And then I have actually a diary, and I remember writing down the time when he has been really passing out. I do
Mm.
remember that one. I have my
You
diary.
still have it?
I yeah,
Oh
it's
my
in the
gosh.
drawer.
Okay.
Yeah, I have
Wow.
the date, and also the date that when I received my Canadian visa. I have written out there, and then
Mm.
I I think there's like few days after that. I think when he passed out again. So
So you're documenting all this.
at that time, yes.
Wow. Did he always have health issues as kids as well, or did it just kind of happen?
Well, he was a chain smoker. He smokes
Okay.
a lot.
Mm.
So of course smoking is not really good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was because of that.
And aside from that, he doesn't have any exercise habit, and
Mm.
he loves to eat.
Mm.
You know,
And in the Philippines, the food is always, it's not the healthiest either, so it didn't really help.
he likes dinuguan.
Mm-hmm.
It was the lifestyle. I think
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
his lifestyle. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
smoking, no exercise,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah.
When did it start to get really, really bad? And he had to stay in the hospital more often, and you started to see a noticeable change in him. And yeah, like when did it start to escalate?
My recollection was the family doctor based in Mabalacat is been the family doctor for 10 years, maybe 8
Mm-hmm.
years. He always just give medicine, like change this medicine, add this medicine. Because of that continuous medication without any improvement, then we decided to get another opinion from another
Mm-hmm.
doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And then that new doctor suggested to monitor his heartbeat. That's what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
From then, months, years passed. His condition is never getting any better
Mm-hmm.
until such time that he was recommended to go under surgery with the pacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
From that time, but
Mm-hmm.
prior to that, we were in a church in Lubao on a Sunday. I was with him inside the church, and I realized he's starting to shorten of breath. And then he collapsed. So I have to carry him outside of the church and, get some fresh air. So that is the time when he started to get this condition worse. And the doctor said because his heart sometimes pause for 1 second, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That's why they recommended to put a
Pacemaker.
pacemaker.
I vividly remember that because when you were grieving, you would remember all the things. And I remember putting it on my social media, Facebook, of the very displeasing or unfortunate situations you were in during Lolo Tatang's when he was sick. I do remember putting everything on my social media. How at that time I was really not happy with what happened with the treatment that he underwent. So yeah, I don't know. You don't have a recollection, but I do remember I have it here, and it's like an open letter
Oh.
that I put it on my Facebook account, trying to see if I still have it here because everything is, I put everything on my Facebook account.
I'm curious to know how he handled that and how he carried himself during this time. Like, did he show any signs of stress or defeat? And was he strong enough
He
for
did
you?
not. He started to lose weight, but he still likes to play mahjong. So from my end, I want to at least bring back to him the love that he showed to me by at least driving him around, taking care of the chores that he has to do. Uh, yeah, so that's what I try to do, to be with him. As a just driver going to the therapy. He went to physical therapy sessions maybe thrice or 4 times. So I carry him, I drive him, I drove him, something like that, just to bring back the love that
Yeah.
he showed to me and Lola Nati and her aunt.
From what I remember, he doesn't even want to undergo surgery because he
Yeah.
knew at that time that it was very expensive of the pacemaker. I told him, we've been convincing him to proceed with the surgery, that he doesn't need to worry about expenses. I even told him that, I'm going to Canada. Even though we will borrow money, we will be able to, we will, everything will be okay. He doesn't need to worry about it. And I asked him, "Well, can that be my birthday gift, if for you to, to go for the surgery, because you would need that." So, and then that was the time that he said, "Oh, yes."
Going back with that small house we called home, he bought two dogs,
Pee-wee and
Pee-wee
Jappy.
and Jappy. Right?
Yeah.
So in a small house, there are two dogs running around.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine
Yeah.
in a full air conditioned room.
Mm-hmm.
Lolo Tatang added chores to Lola Nati, taking care of those two dogs.
Yeah.
So there was also this, not really a fight, but who will take care of the dog outside? So will it be your tita, or will it be me, or will it be Lola Nati?
Mm-hmm.
When during those days, I remember like I'm too lazy to bring them out because I want to go out with my friends, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to spend time to bring those dogs out, right?
Yeah.
But that's how Lolo Tatang tried to give us like
Yeah.
comfortable life, you know.
Now let's fast forward to more hospital. He can't really leave the hospital at this point, that time period. So, what were you guys going through in that situation where he was just bedridden and he couldn't do anything? And
Yeah, it is. It is worrying. In my case, you know that you're about to be born,
oh yeah, I
right?
was,
So
yeah.
I was going to two hospitals in 1 week, right? Your mom is to deliver you, and then I go to another hospital just to see my dad.
Mm-hmm.
right? So I have to somehow change my emotion,
Yeah.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's what happened when he was already like in the hospital, just waiting for the time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But they still try to get series of tests, try to put his subject to MRI, X-ray, everything.
Oh, and at this point, he already accepted the surgery, the pacemaker surgery, right?
That is after the pacemaker.
Okay.
So
So
he
he
had the
already.
pacemaker already, but the problem was
It wasn't
the
done.
day after the surgery
Mm-hmm.
in the hospital, in the washroom, he collapsed.
Mm.
So I asked the doctor why, what happened. They said that because it's a foreign material inside your body, the body, so it is not yet properly reacting.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the doctor said.
Yeah.
But I cannot argue. You know, we have the
Mm-hmm.
different field of study.
Mm-hmm.
So we went home, and then I don't know, days after or a week after, he cannot move half of his body.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor said again because of the anesthesia
Mm.
that was given to him during the surgery, but I don't know if it's true or not, right? That's why he went to therapy for how many weeks. But
Mm-hmm.
that's not giving him a better condition. So Lolo Nati took care of Lolo Tatang for weeks, months because he is already on a wheelchair
Mm-hmm.
because he cannot move,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's I think the saddest part because I need to leave to work in Manila for on Mondays, right? So I have to leave seeing him like that,
Yeah.
right? So I work on weekdays. He stayed home on a wheelchair. He cannot move up a body. So that worries me,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were at the time already like, 1 month old, two
Mm-hmm.
months old, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing that I need to bring along with me,
Mm-hmm.
right? When I was working and knowing that when I go home on a weekend, I would see him again with that condition.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At that time, I think I got already my Canadian visa, and I was not I had the intention to quit my job. So I quit my job and I was already pregnant, and I helped Lola Nati in the best way that I can. I think I helped them. I was already driving, so I helped them. I helped Lolo Tatang with his checkup. And then he was like in and out of the hospital, like
Mm-hmm.
Makabali Hospital to San Fernando
Mm-hmm.
Hospital.
There was so much going on for both of you guys. Like you guys were both going through two different things. Like you were arranging everything with your visa, and then my dad was dealing with his wife about to give birth to me. Like there was just so much going on. So yeah, I can't even imagine like how much stress you guys must have been under.
For straight 2 weeks, I was in the hospital because I already quit my job. But there was only one time I had to leave because I was pregnant. To when you're pregnant, they will check the heartbeat of the baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went there, and first baby, you're supposed to be hearing the baby's heartbeat. Your emotion should be you were supposed to be ecstatic or
Mm-hmm.
super super happy, but I remember I did not feel anything because
Mm-hmm.
at that time my dad was in the hospital.
Yeah.
So, and I think I almost had miscarriage because I was stressed seeing Lolo Tatang's condition. So I almost got miscarriage, and my doctor, because I was in the hospital with him, so the doctor gave me medicine to keep Aiden, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was really I think the stressful time, like being pregnant and then you see your dad very like super really ill. So it was really something that you would not really forget.
Yeah, it's like you couldn't 100% enjoy and be present in your own pregnancy. And then for my dad as well, like you can't really fully be present and enjoy my birth because of that. So,
Yes, yes.
yeah. Now I want to jump into the whole misdiagnosis thing because I remember you brought this up in your episode, and I found myself thinking about that a lot. And it brings up a lot of issues in like healthcare because when you don't know how things work in healthcare, the doctors can just tell you things, and you just gotta hope that they're doing the right thing. So I can understand how frustrating that must have been. Like paying so much for this surgery just to have it be a misdiagnosis. It must have been really frustrating. So can you talk more about that actually and what you guys did after and if you took legal action or anything like that?
I hope I can find that on my social media because everything was there, including the misdiagnosis. It was a long one. In the end, I believe the problem was really it was the tumor in
The problem just went up
went
after
up,
the.
right? So and the reason why we know it was misdiagnosis because the doctor did not even, we only paid a small portion for professional fee, wherein if you stayed in the hospital for 2 weeks straight, the fee that you're supposed to pay the doctor should be really a lot, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it was really like a mixed diagnosis, in my opinion.
Before the pacemaker thing, I did some research and some, asking some professional that when you have a pacemaker, it will extend your life for another 10 years. That's what we're expecting, to
Supposedly.
happen. But it did not. So the question is, what happened? Right? So we really don't know what happened. But
Okay.
when I saw Lolo Tatang on the hospital bed for a week, helpless, he cannot open his eyes. So I just tried to convince myself it's time for him to go.
So you kind of already accepted it?
Something like that. Because I saw him like, nothing. He
Yeah.
cannot open his eyes. He cannot talk, right? The Lolo Tatang that I see when I was with him going from Manila to Pampanga for how many years, right? So that is the moment that I started to accept the situation. But of course, in my back of my mind, I still have the question of what happened. How come that device did not work on him to prolong his life for another 10 years?
But I really feel like it was really a misdiagnosis. I don't know. I'm not a medical, but when I was in that for straight 2 weeks, just like what your dad said, that pacemaker,
Yeah.
the job of the pacemaker is was really to extend his life. But that did not happen. It was only after how many
Less
weeks?
than a year.
No, after many few weeks after he had the pacemaker, he got
Yeah, like
right.
week, 1 week, 3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
Like the
So
opposite of what it should have done,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah. And going back to what you said, you got to pay less than what you usually would pay for that long of a stay. Do you think it had something to do with this as well?
the doctor's fee that was charged was only 5,000 pesos.
When it should have been how much?
It's the fee in the Philippines. The doctor's fee would depend on the room and the number of the weeks or days that you stay in the hospital. So if you've been in you stayed in the hospital for 2 weeks, 5,000 pesos is really not a lot. I don't know if he felt guilty. That's why he charged less.
Yeah.
But I really feel like I think someone told me that the pacemaker was not really needed if only they would know the problem was really went up to in his, it was in the brain, then they could have addressed that instead of addressing the heart problem.
Right.
But they addressed the heart problem, but the main problem is actually
His brain.
because he was coma he was in a coma, right?
He
Me
went to coma with that
because that was it like a tumor?
in the brain.
The tumor it affected his vision, walking. So yeah, so I think if it only they could have really addressed it or knew at the time what was really his the situation, then it could have been treated properly.
Yeah, because I wouldn't assume being paralyzed or being in a coma had to do much with the heart. Like, it definitely sounds like something in the brain. So yeah, they definitely could have addressed that
Yeah, there's
sooner.
a lot of questions if you go back to what happened. The recommendation for a pacemaker is to correct your heartbeat or to somehow, to keep your heart beating.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only, as far as I remember, that's the problem that we are solving,
Yeah.
not anything on the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't know what happened, why suddenly the problem went up to the brain. So
Mm-hmm.
those are the questions.
Mm-hmm.
But since you could see him suffering, so
Yeah.
and need to accept what will happen next. That's it.
Mm-hmm. For you, Tita, was there a moment where you accepted it as well? Kind of like my dad.
Yeah, when you see your loved one really suffering, though you don't want to let go,
Mm-hmm.
you had to let go
Mm-hmm.
because it was painful to see your loved one really suffering a lot. Like you're forcing yourself to let go,
Yeah.
though you don't really want to let go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure if your tita was beside Lolo Tatang on the last breath.
No,
I'm
I
not sure.
wasn't there.
Okay.
Because
I
you
was
told her to go home. I
Yeah, you
remember.
told me to go home.
so I saw him
Mm-hmm.
on the last seconds.
Oh, so you were there from the very
I
to the
was
very
there
end. Oh.
and I saw the last teardrop on his eyes
Mm.
during that time because I was beside him. But again, at that time, I already like tried to accept what is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I stayed in the hospital for just like what I told you, straight 2 weeks until the last day. It was early in the morning when he took his last breath,
Mm-hmm.
and your dad told me to go home and rest, and I
Mm-hmm.
did. I went home. Betis. We were staying in Betis at that time, and that was a couple of hours later. I heard Tita Saidi's mom calling my name to go to the hospital, or I think she delivered the news that Lolo Tatang passed away, and his eulogy at the time he even said that your dad said like, oh, until his the last night he was thinking about my condition, that I was pregnant.
Mm-hmm. When you told me that in your episode, I could not stop thinking about that for the whole night.
That's why when you were grieving, everything that have happened at that time was very you something you will never forget. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I did I remember putting it on my social media. I already have an open letter, and I there were people who actually commented on that letter, that because I mentioned the names of the doctors
Mm.
on my, because I was really like super upset, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everything was there, very very detailed. I
Mm-hmm.
wish I can retrieve it, but I think it's still on my Facebook,
Wow.
like all the things that we went through
Mm-hmm.
and the situation that we were in at that time.
I would also want to know what Lola Nati was going through, what your mom was feeling at this
Lola
time.
Nati was with me in the hospital. We were talking to the doctors, exchanging, like they're giving the medical update
Mm-hmm.
to Lola Nati. And I was just listening. because Lazanati was really trying to get all the information right, and I was busy at that time going, to hospital. So Lola Nati was really in
Mm-hmm.
the hospital, taking all of those information. But during the time that Lola Tatang was discharged from the surgery, he went to Betis, so paralyzed. So Lola Nati took care of Lola Tatang on a wheelchair, like caregiver thing, like doing the bath, everything. So that was Lola Nati spending those crucial moments with Lola Tatang.
And how was she handling it emotionally?
I don't see her like she's strong.
She's a strong person.
She's a strong
Mm-hmm.
person. I don't really see her like putting herself into some emotional thing during those days that Lolo Tatang was paralyzed.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see her like complaining. She still took care of Lolo Tatang very well.
Yeah, Lola Nati is a very strong person. Just like what I told you, right? When I thought about um not even coming here because I was thinking about her that she will be by herself.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "No, you have to think about your family and the baby. Don't worry about me." So very very strong
Yeah.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How did you guys cope with it? How did you deal with it and stay mentally okay during all this?
For me, maybe the acceptance started during those 2 weeks in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
right? And of course, that you were born, right? Kuya is there, and I also have to consider that your tita will be going to Canada, I think on the same year.
Mm-hmm.
So meaning, if we live in Mabalacat, right, and Tita Dalin will go to Canada, Lola Nati will be by herself in Lubao. So I'm also considering, what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, but I would see that Lola Nati was super strong, and she has still the two dogs with her
Mm-hmm.
to take care of,
Mm-hmm.
right? And she is from Lubao. She always go to Betis, right? Because it's only like 20 minutes travel time,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then we will go home every weekend to see her. If you remember, oh, you don't remember
I
because
don't
you're
remember.
still too young.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that I did after
Mm-hmm.
your tita went to Canada.
Mm-hmm. So all that
Because
kept you busy.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Well, for me, it was really different because I came here 2 months after his passing,
Mm-hmm.
but I always, when a loved one passes away, it's a process, right?
Mm-hmm.
First is denial. You grieve. You it's a denial, and then acceptance. Every time I think about it, I would have still that question in my mind, like, oh, why he was super young,
Yeah.
like he could have enjoyed, you know, his retirement with
Mm-hmm.
his grandchildren. So when I came here 2 months after his passing, that was also, of course, for me, it was difficult because I was pregnant, thinking about, you know, you have baby, unborn baby, and then you would have your family, and then it was only you. Although we have the relatives, other support system, but your immediate support system, they were back home, and then you're still grieving.
Mm-hmm.
So I think because of the situation that I was in at that time, probably I don't think probably I had that time to grieve a lot because I
Mm-hmm.
have to think about how do I survive
Mm-hmm.
in a country wherein it's new, everything is new, culture,
Mm-hmm.
navigate things. So yeah, until now I would still wonder. I hope he would have been, around to see his grandchildren, to
Mm-hmm.
see places that I would really want him to, see or experience, because he really did uh provided everything to the best that he can provide for me and your dad, in spite of he was the only one, working at that time, and he really sacrificed a lot to give us a very comfortable life, and he was able to support us with our education. But I guess that's really what was destined to happen. It was just unfortunate that we went through the situation we were in at that time. Wasn't really like a very something that you wouldn't even imagine that you would go through.
Of course, the first few months, I still think of those days that I drive with him going to Manila for years, and I always think of those days that uh, he give me money as for allowance or for going to school, and yeah, so because there are sometimes in our Manila, trip, there were times that the yellow jeep would fail, and he will leave me overnight in a highway. He wants to get help.
Mm-hmm.
So there are times that the the car he borrowed, he cannot continue. There's some parts that are broken, damaged. Again, he has to leave me in the highway to get
Mm-hmm.
help.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things that I was trying to recall
Mm-hmm.
during those days. That's what I missed from Lolo Tatang.
I remember when I came here, I had a dream about him. I don't know. I always dream about relatives or like Lolo Tatang. They would always visit me in my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
That was the time that I was really like, you know, grieving or crying, thinking about him. But I remember I dreamt about him, and he told me in my dream that you don't have to worry. I'm already okay. I'm happy.
Really?
And I think that was the time that I kind of like stop about really like worrying or thinking about what if we have this? What if he
Mm-hmm.
was here? He could have probably lived longer or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when he told me that in my dream, I think it was him telling me to that he's already okay and we should move on. And I also Lola Nati help because she's very strong person.
Mm-hmm.
There was even a time I was driving her and there was butterfly in the car.
Oh.
I told Lola Nati, "Oh, it's Lolo Tatang," and then Lola Nati said like, "What are you talking about? That's a butterfly." Yeah, so yeah, but once in a while it will come to me when we have gathering, you would visualize like, oh, I wish Lola Tatang is here. Those kind of things. Like you would wish that
Yeah.
he's around. Y- Especially if you go to, for me, if I go, because I love going to different places, right? Every time I go to different places, I would tell myself, I wish he was here. He would be able to experience this, or his grandchildren. I wish his grandchildren would have experienced the same way, Koy Andre have experienced being with Lolo Tatang, because he was really a doting grandfather and a funny grandfather.
So when we were in Malaysia, I think it was March, and we celebrated Lola Nati's birthday in Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
There was a moment during those, I think, when Lola Nati was blowing her birthday cake. I cried. I
Oh, you
went.
did?
I went to the washroom. I cried because I was expecting some Lolo Tatang will be with us. But
Mm-hmm.
that's the first time that we went abroad as a family without Lolo Tatang.
Mm.
And we never went abroad as a family with Lolo Tatang.
Because we can't afford at that
We can
time.
afford. We
Mm.
cannot afford. So
Yeah.
so when Lola Nati's blowing the cake, birthday cake, I went to the washroom and I cried. silently
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like Lolo Tatang should be here.
You should have been there, right?
Yeah.
I also remember pictures of that Malaysia trip.
Yep.
For some reason, yeah.
You were playing in the with the Barney, right?
Yes, yes. I think I have that picture on my wall.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, was that the first like time it really hit you?
Maybe. Yeah, I think so. I think so.
And you were there too, right? Because I remember
Yeah,
Aiden was there.
she came back from Canada like after
Yeah.
1 year or 2 years.
Did he also visit your dreams and were there signs of him
Often, yeah,
around? Yeah.
but I cannot remember anymore. I always tell your mom whenever I dream of Lolo Tatang, if I recall it the moment I woke up, I would tell your mom, "Oh, I dream of Lolo Tatang."
Is there a specific memory or a story that makes you smile or just makes you happy whenever you think back on it?
For me, it's more on like I miss going to the mall with him. Like I would hold hands. Like he would hold hands with me instead of Lola Nati. We would really talk. And just like what I told you, we would exchange notes. He would really keep it in his wallet. Um, he would tell me like when I was already, I think with Tito Jovan, he would ask me, "Oh, when are you gonna give me grandchildren?" And then he would. I used to work in San Fernando, and then the box type. Remember the box type? Yeah, in the morning he would really prepare that and just give me the key for me when about to leave the house for work. He would bring out the car, and the car will be in front of the house and those kind of things. He was really a doting father. I think for me it's mostly because he was my safe uh place, like he's like my person growing up. Like I just miss really talking to him because I had that I had really that good relationship with him growing up. And that's why when I was like I prayed at that time when and I was asking for the I when I prayed, I said, I hope the partner that I will have in my life will be like similar with the qualities of Lolo Tatang. Yeah, because he was really a well loved person. Physically, he's not with us, but I believe he's happy uh, with the things that he can see right now.
Yeah.
One of the fun memories is Lolo Tatang likes to watch wrestling on television. He likes always watch those on television, and I inherited that, from him. Lolo Tatang worked in a company before who has a franchise team in basketball. He will give me free tickets to watch basketball game in Manila. And when you go to his office, you can eat as many ice cream, as many chocolates as you like, because he worked as a manager in that place, right? My goal at the time, when I told myself when I started working, as much as possible, if I can afford it, I will buy him a brand new car. That was my goal. So when I started working and earning money, what I did is to make the Honor type Jeep looks, good looking and nice. That's why it is now a yellow type Jeep. It was a galvanized Jeep before. So I tried to make it looks nice. And after that, my plan is to buy him a car. That was my plan, but it did not. He did not wait. If you remember, we had this. We started with a second-hand car, and then we bought a brand new car, and then we bought another brand new
All these
car,
cars,
right?
yeah, I remember.
So that was my goal because he retired, right? I want to give him a brand new car. He can drive around, right?
Yeah.
You know how, because he has been really a good provider, to the
Mm-hmm.
best way that he can really provide for me and your old dad.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even, he wears like a knockoff shirt. He could not really even afford to get for his own personal use. He would give it first to his family, to his kids, me and your dad,
Mm.
uh, instead of buying something for himself. And you would really see it when during his wake, when he passed away. There's like in the Philippines 3 days of what do you call this,
Viewing.
viewing.
Mm.
A lot of people, a
Oh,
lot
I
of
bet.
people went,
Mm.
and that's how you would know that he was really well loved. Not only, especially to his workmates, everyone would just say the nicest things about your Lolo Tatang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was
Mm-hmm.
a beautiful soul.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to, because Lolo Tatang know that I'm already an engineer, right? So he gave me an opportunity to earn money by supplying a material in their workplace in Tarlac.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my friend Kuya's Ninong Ian and one of his friend in Guagua. Now he's a counselor in the town of Guagua. So we had a partnership
Mm-hmm.
to supply material, and Lolo Tatang took care of those connections. So we did supply material for that project. So I earned money, a small amount of money. Uh, it was like divided into three, like me, your Kuya's Ninong Ayan, and the the guy from Wagwa.
Mm-hmm.
So Tulotatang wants to give more project, but we only did one.
Mm-hmm.
So if I remember it right in terms of peso, I think I earned around 30,000 pesos on that
Mm-hmm.
deal. But that was another, deal that, way to earn money. Lolo Tatang gave the opportunity.
What is something that you learned from him that you still carry with you to this day?
He told me as an advice to stay humble. I
Mm-hmm.
think I told you that on
You
our
did.
podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I passed the engineering board exam, we had a dinner party at home in Lubao. He took the mic and then said something, and he said, "Just stay humble."
Mm-hmm.
That's what he told me. I would be, carrying that message
Mm-hmm.
until now.
I never had that party.
That's okay.
Uh, so I never experienced that. But especially from Lolo Tatang, like I was, uh, there's like a lot of communication, open communication, and that's what I have been also doing with your cousins. Yet to also to be the best parent that you can be, because I've
Mm-hmm.
seen that from Lolo Tatang.
How do you guys keep his memory alive now that you're in Canada and it's been a long time since he passed away? So, what do you guys do to keep him alive?
I would still talk about Lola Tatang to your cousins.
Yeah.
Like every time we would, because for me, my favorite time is always in the car when I drive your cousins to school or to any activities or to any of their commitments. And every time that we would have the chance to talk about my time in the Philippines, I would talk to them about Lolo Tatang. Once in a while, when you would still ponder and you would still cry and think about, I wish he was here.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of, you have that moment,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of the number of years that he's no longer with us, you would always have that moment that you would wish that He was just here.
How do you keep him alive, Dad?
His message to me is to be
Oh yeah.
always be humble, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Lolo Tatang, as far as I remember, he never bad mouthed any person.
Mm-hmm.
I think he never say anything against anybody. That's why, in my case, I don't say anything against any person. In our house, we have the small corner. If you remember, in our house here, we have
Oh
a
yeah, 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 we do.
small table
Mm-hmm.
corner.
Mm-hmm.
Lolo Tatang's picture is there, right?
Yeah.
So every morning I try to light the candle, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I do notice that too. My dad does not talk bad about anyone or anything. And yeah, I see that quality and I can see how it passed on to you. So if he were here today, what would you tell him?
Sometimes we have to drink together
Mm-hmm.
and drive around and watch wrestling together.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe live. We go to the
Yeah.
US, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what else? What he wants? He likes play mahjong.
Yes.
Every if we can do it every day, every night, we do it and be with his grandkids.
Yeah, I think my life would be so different if
And
he
I
was
think
around.
it's the other way around now. Kuya will carry him
Yeah.
because that those time Lolo Tatang carries Kuya. Now he cannot carry Kuya anymore.
For me, the number one would be for your cousins to have that opportunity to to know him
Mm-hmm.
as a grandparent. As his daughter, I wish I could have traveled with him.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice to to see new places with him, and I hope he would have seen uh, a matured Lillian. I hope,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because at that time, it wasn't really like I was more into thinking about myself rather than him and my parents. So yeah, I wish he could have seen that a different version, an improved version of me. Even though he did not experience going to the stage with all getting medals from me, I wish he could have seen his grandchildren and also you
Yeah.
and Kuya Andre. I think he would be happy seeing his
Mm-hmm.
grandchildren where they are right now, all their you guys, all your achievements and all the good things that have been happening in your lives. And also playing mahjong with him. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I have even got the chance of
Aww.
play mahjong with him
Mm-hmm.
because that was really his favorite
Yes.
pastime. Yeah, I think it's mostly for him to experience the good things because he really sacrificed a lot to provide and to give us a comfortable life.
Yeah, I've never met him in person, but I think knowing from what I know now, he sounds like a really amazing person. And yeah, I think that should about wrap up our episode today. Thank you guys so much for listening and for my dad and my tita for coming on again for the second time on the podcast. So thank you guys so much. And this is also a wrap for the 12 Days of Lore. I really hope you guys enjoyed the series. I had so much fun making it, and I'm so glad that I got to end it off by honoring my Lolo Tatang for his birthday. So happy birthday, Lolo Tatang. We all miss you. And do you guys have any final words?
Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday, Lolo
Lotata.
Tatang.
We miss
Yes.
you. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, we love you.
Yes. Yeah, and for you guys, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of December. Again, I had so much fun with this series, and I'll see you guys in our next episode.
Bye.
Bye.